So we're just going to talk through these tables real quick. Again, this is our raw data table of the people surveyed, 200 people surveyed, where they live, and do they prefer cats or dogs. Okay? That's all this is. On your sheet that you have, you're going to have 3 different relative frequency tables. Just glance at them real quick. You notice all their percentages are different, right? Yeah. So here's where the 3 frequency tables come from. This first one is out of 200 people. So 200 people in context is how many of the people?
200 people?
Yeah. In context.
0.5% for each person.
How many of the people were surveyed? 200. So this is all the people. This is the percentage out of the total people. Everybody good with that?
Yeah.
Okay, you might want to you could jot that down on your notes somewhere. You're going to notice this next one looks similar, but has different numbers. And here's why. This table is each column, which means something like of the urban people, 40% of the urban people like cats. Okay, so make sure you identify this as column. So this 40% is going to be 40% out of what total? No, of the urban total. Okay, so just be careful because it's a little different. Okay, then this last one, this says a row. So the row is as I look at just the cat row, that 56% is of the people who like cats. 56% are in the urban. So would that total come from the 200 then if I'm talking about cat people? No, it's coming from the cat people total, not the total of everybody, okay? So you got to make sure you're looking at row and column in your words to see where these percentages come from. I kind of did your first question for you there, kind of. Okay? So this is the questions. This is also on your handout. You're going to answer these questions. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go pick one number from each of the relative frequency tables and explain what it means in context. So what's the part, what's the whole, how did they get that percentage? Okay, then the rest you're just going to have to read. You're going to roll through all the questions. You can answer all these questions with your relative frequency tables. I am going to display, I'm going to go back and just display our original raw data for your reference, okay? Because this will help you answer the questions in conjunction with the 3 relative frequency tables you got, all right? So this might take about 10 minutes with your partner. I'll be walking around. So for problem 1, it said pick a spot from each relative frequency table and explain the number. So who would like to give me which one they picked for this to look at? Okay, Micah? Which one did you look at?
We looked at the one that we liked the best was the one on the back, the top one on the back.
Well, you had to pick one from each. So which one did you pick from this one?
Oh, from this one?
Yeah.
We chose cats, 20%.
27%?
Urban cats, 27%.
Okay, so in context, what that means in the context is 20% of the 200 people, right?
Right.
Okay, so just this is the total. That's what this means, 27% of the total 200 people. And that's all we need to do for that one. And I'll show you that 20% came from right here. 54 out of 200. Okay. Next, this is the column one. So we're looking at of the urban people, of the rural people. Who can tell me which one they picked for this one? Hadley?
Of urban people, 60% like dogs.
Okay. Of urban people, 60% like dogs. So our total is no longer 200, right? So I'm going to flip back. Of urban people, 60% like dogs. That means of urban people, 80 out of 134 is how they got that percentage. It's a different total because it's a different reference. Okay, last one. Is the flipping working? It's a lot of flipping. Here we go. Which one did someone pick on this one? Someone else. What'd you pick, Will?
For number 6.
For this third one, it's still on problem 1.
56%.
Okay, so that means 56% of what?
Of the people who like cats.
Yeah. Of the people who like cats. So here's where they got that. Of the people who like cats, 54 out of 96. So it gave us a row total instead of a column total there. We all good on number 1? There could be lots of different answers because you could picked other numbers from this. Okay. Problem 2, Owen, you going to be my question reader?
Urban area and prefer prefer dogs.
So what percentage lived in an urban area and preferred dogs? So of the people surveyed, how many people total is that?
40.
Of the people surveyed?
200.
200. So I need to look here. Are urban and preferred dogs, you say? 40%. And the reason that in the wording is of the people surveyed. 200 people were surveyed. This comes from the total percentage. All right? We all good on that?
Yep.
Okay. Next question. Owen, hit me with the next one.
What percentage of people surveyed live in an urban setting? What percentage of people surveyed who live in an urban setting prefer dogs?
So if we're looking at urban setting, we're looking at columns, right? So what percentage of the urban people prefer dogs?
77. Oh wait, what?
Looks like 60%
Who told you? 40.
of the urban setting, right?
That's not the same.
That's not what I got. I'm on the wrong one here.
Yeah, that's number 4.
Read the question again, please.
Oh, sorry, I did 4.
Yep, that was 4.
Among those surveyed who prefer dogs, what percentage of them live in an urban setting?
So of those that prefer dogs, so we need to look at the rows. Oh, I'm back on the 200s. Oh, the flipping's happening. Here we go. Rows. Which percentage of the urban like dogs? We're right there, 77%. Okay. And that is of dog people total, right? Dog people total is how they got that, not out of the 200 total. We kind of already did the next one, Owen, but do it again quick. Number 4.
Okay. What percentage of people surveyed who live in an urban setting prefer dogs?
So now we're going column. What percentage of those that live in an urban setting prefer dogs? Prefer dogs, though. I got 60.
Oh.
And remember, when we're looking at the raw data, we're looking at the column out of the
I
urban.
made a mistake and I
That's-
swapped
Good mistake.
4 and 5.
Number 5, Owen.
Number 5, of how many people responded that they prefer dogs and live in an urban setting? 60.
Ooh. That's not a percentage, that one. I got this. So make sure you read it carefully. Of the people that responded, is this asking for a percentage or like the number of people?
Number of people.
So I went back to my data here. That's the trick. It's tough.
So if they prefer dogs, confarting.
I'm not
Okay.
even reading my own answers correctly. I put 60 down for
You're good, you're
question
good.
4. I just read the 40.
Wait, what was it?
Among the people surveyed,
80.
are there more people who prefer dogs or cats?
Okay, of the people surveyed, do more people like dogs or cats? It looks like dogs. 104 is greater than 96. We're almost there. Next question is, if you get a billboard and you're selling all this cat and dog food, right?
It's in an urban.
It's in a rural area.
Yeah.
Which one you go to do?
Cat. Because 64% of people who live in a rural setting like cats.
So I'm going to go, I know I'm rural, so I'm going to go column, right?
Yeah.
This is the view. If you're going rural, more people like cats, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing because those are mousers. I don't know.
It doesn't matter what grass you do. Rural cat is always higher than rural.
Yeah, this is the best one, I think, because this is only rural people, right? But I guess maybe some city folk are driving through the country. Maybe want to catch some city folk, too. I don't know. Maybe. All right, next up. This one's going to be in your math notebook, Emmett. You're going to need to write these down in your math notebook, not on your notes. There is a study on the effectiveness of vitamin C on colds and lengths of colds. This is the raw data. This is what you need to start with in your math notebook because you're going to be referencing this raw data for the rest of the stuff we do. So make sure I'm going to give you a couple minutes right now. Get this down in your math notebook because you're going to use this to make relative frequency tables from this data.
I got this kind of problem on Sonic.
So now that we have this data, we can analyze it in a variety of ways using different percentages. So right here you will see that this, they want to know what percentage to the nearest whole percent of people in each combination. So this is the total. This looks crazier than what it actually is. This is just saying, they're just saying here, 16 people out of the total people, which was 113. So for group B, we'd have 27 people out of 113.
What's this squiggly equals?
It means about
Wait,
14%.
wait.
Because it says right here, to the nearest
So what
whole
is the
percentage.
14%?
For the rest of it, how many colds last a week or more? For A, how many total from your data?
43 out of 113.
Colds last a week or more? I got 17 out of 113. And for the bottom right, we had 53 out of 113. So these are the ratios. And again, this is to the total. Ratios to the total. So to get the percentages, I'm just going to do the division here. I get about 24% there. I get about 47% here. And I get about 15% here. Okay? So this is just out of the total, 113 people, which we got from that data table that we can only look at one thing at one time here. So everybody good with this is out of the total? Yes. That's what all that is. I would just do 113 instead of showing all that myself. Okay, so next, you're going to do it by, if we have 16 plus 27, are we going column or row?
Column.
Column. So group A is going to be out of 43. How many out of 43 for that one?
16.
How many was it? 17. Okay, then group B, if we're
33.
20, 30. So column B is going to be out of 50, 60.
Wait, I'm confused.
30.
Okay, well, I got you, Micah.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
If we're going out of 43,
Wait, where do we get the 43 from if we're doing columns? We're doing rows.
we're doing rows.
Oh.
16, 27. That tells us it's the row. Okay? So then I've got, well, I didn't do this one right. I just went column there on accident. So if we're doing rows, group B is going to be 27 out of 43. Okay? If we're doing rows, next I'm going to have 17 out of what? It's not 43.
70.
70.
How'd you get 70?
It's the row. You have to look at your raw data that I had you write down. We're doing rows.
And then 53.
And then the last one we have 53 out of 70. Because this is per row, which is saying this top one is of the people that had colds less than a week, group A, group B. Of the people who had last a week or more, of A, of B. So it's not the total change. The total is of that row, of this row and this row. Okay? Yep. So let's get those percentages. 27 divided by 43. I got about 63% here. 17 divided by 70. I got about 24% here. And 53 divided by 70. I got about 76% here. So if we did out of the total, if we did out of the row, what do you think's happening next? Column percentages next, okay? Column. So you're going to write this down in your math notebook as well. So checking out the columns. You can see that for A, my total in A column from our raw data is 33. So down here I have 17 out of 33 from our raw data. If we're looking at group B, we have 80. We have 80, so 27 out of 80 from that column, and 53 out of 80 for that column. Again, it's out of group A, of group B people, our total's different. Okay? Of group A, of group B, our total's different. So we're going to just do some division to get some percentages. That's about 34%. 53 divided by 80, that's about 66%. And 17 divided by 33, that's about 52%. All right. So we'll see if I have to do any flipping here. Now, we're going to use our data to make conclusions. That's the whole point of this, okay? So the question 4 says, to understand the results, the researchers want to know, among people whose colds last less than a week. So are we going column or row there?
Column.
Of people. Bro. Of people.
Oh, yeah.
Among people whose last less than a week. What percentage are in group B? So, the answer to that, you have to go to the second one we did.
53 out of 80.
We had 63%.
Oh, yeah, 27 out of 40.
Yep. We had 27 out of 43 on that one. That's from the previous, not the one that you can see on the same slide. Okay? So, if researchers believe that vitamin C has a small effect, which group most likely got the pills? Yeah, I'm looking right here. Look right here. So this is the table that shows the columns, which is groups. So notice here, less than a week. A was 48%, B was 34%. So which one had more that were less than a week? Group A. Not by much, but it also says that, right? Small effect. It has to be group A.
Doesn't say positive effect, though.
Yeah. I think that's what it's looking for, though.
Wait, but then what about colds last a week or more? Which group got the pills? A got the pills. Like A got the pills.
A got him. All right.
I'm surprised so many people were really.
We're going to do a little lesson summary action here before homework today.